Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. And tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Minnesota's new coaching staff really leaned on Cousins for leadership and production. And the longtime vet was up to the pressure. 29 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, and a 13-win season, his best as a starter. Captain Kirk, he's quietly been one of the league's most productive passers the last few seasons.
First play, here's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. In motion right is Addison. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now 2nd and 9. Throwing, Cousins. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Cox, still one of the league's top defensive tackles, and remains a huge presence. 7 sacks last year, adds another win to his career total there.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Stays on his feet. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players. Thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together?
we might need to change it right now.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Throwing is Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2nd and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try on the ground with Madison. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. 1st down. Here's Cousins. This goes out wide from Madison. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So, Charles, this defense in for a tough matchup. What do you think the game plan is here tonight?
Well, I think the game plan is the same as most, which is, hey, pass rushers, do your job. Coverage guys, do your job. And the linebackers are going to be a mix. Sometimes they'll drop in coverage. Sometimes they'll pressure the quarterback. But all in all, you never want to let that quarterback get a string of completions going, because if so, they're hard to deal with, and it makes for a long evening.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd down, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll go Madison up the middle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. K.J. Osborne from 3 yards out. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. That pass was heavily defended on 3rd down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
A run for the former Seahawk. It's Rashad Penny.
And it's a fumble. These two teams all tied after 1.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
They just do get. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Second down, here's Hurts. That escapes the sack. And he slings one that's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And now out comes Minnesota.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
22 yards there, a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Here's Madison running on first down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 30. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Now Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
Cousins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Joseph on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Airing it out deep for Smith. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now Cousins.
We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2nd and a couple.
Off the play fake, Cousins.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Osborne motions left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. It fights him off. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front, because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple seconds extra, please.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Rashad Penny punching it in from a yard away.
And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Cousins to throw it.
To Jefferson on the slant.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Cousins now to throw on first down.
Over the middle and hauled in by Osborne.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Cousins.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thanks.
We win in that first half.
Likely
this
to make
has certainly
some
been an
changes
entertaining
in what's been
one
a closely
to watch
fought
thus
battle
far.
to this point.
Let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And Devontae Smith, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, third and long.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, 52 yards.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Cousins will try and throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the two-point try. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Oh, the return, Boston Scott. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Alexander Madison leading this Vikings offense out there to begin the next drive.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll throw again. Cousins.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Cousins on 3rd and 2.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Draw play, Madison. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line. Now a give to Madison, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
3rd and 5. Here's Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Cousins now. Touchdown! K.J. Osborne with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are able to widen their advantage. Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. It's complete, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Dean Lowry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Here's 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Running from the shotgun with Madison.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
This is 2nd and 8.
To throw, Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even, but it's 2nd down. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Throwing is Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Hurts.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
22 yards there, a first down. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
But first down, Hurts. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. They're going to look to throw.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he's up to the 15-yard line.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Here's Madison. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This goes out wide from Madison.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Hurts will throw.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And out now come the Vikings. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first. Keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, I'm so confused, Charles. So they accepted that penalty, but that gives the ball back to the offense.
Yeah, I'm checking my ears too, Brandon, because you and I both had to have heard that wrong, right? You get the turnover, but then you decline it and put them right back out on the field with a second chance. Forget getting to the airport. Let's go to the post-game press conference and hear him explain this one.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Addison will go in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Now 2nd and 3.
Going to run with Madison again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run it with Madison. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.